Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Losing control. A man attacks a stranger in line at a gas station, and now police are asking for help finding him.
With her gold medal, Suni Lee is making Hmong American history. Coming up, the long history of Hmong Americans in Metro Detroit and what her win means by putting their community on the podium.
Also, new information tonight on what may be one of the biggest con jobs in automotive history, with General Motors among the business partners that were taken for a ride. Off the top tonight at 6. First, it was a hedge fund calling founder and former Nikola Motors CEO Trevor Milton a fraud last year, as we reported.
Tonight, it's the federal government calling him a fraud. Milton now charged by the Securities and Exchange Commission with defrauding investors with his alternative energy truck company. Local 4 business editor Rod Maloney is live tonight with the new developments. Rod.
Yeah, good evening, Kimberly. 65-page indictment, and basically it says that Trevor Milton billed himself as that modern CEO. You know, the open, honest, transparent, and social media savvy CEO. Well, the feds are saying not a lick of that is true. Trevor Milton called his backers Robin Hood investors, often appearing in business and social media, hawking a hydrogen-powered big rig and promising a nationwide fueling system. He also showed off this electric Badger pickup truck. So convincing was he, GM CEO Mary Barra went into business with him.
We couldn't be more excited about working with Nikola.
Then Milton stepped down as CEO, and the SEC started sniffing around, and today U.S. Attorney Audrey Strauss laid Milton bare.
One of the early prototypes in Nikola's business could be driven, when in fact the closest it ever came to driving was when a group of Nikola engineers took it to the top of a hill and rolled it down so it could be filmed for a commercial.
That particular claim isn't necessarily as outrageous as it seems, though, says Guidehouse Insights auto analyst Sam Abel-Samid. Think concept vehicles.
It's usually just a mock-up that's non-functional, that can't move under its own power. At best, in many cases.
Still, the feds say Milton lied about virtually everything, from producing hydrogen well below market rates to having billions in committed truck orders. They brought their case against Milton alone, though. The company is still operating, minus the Badger.
They are proceeding with work on the trucks, on both the Nikola 2, which is the fuel cell truck for the North American market, and the Nikola Tre for the European market.
Now, Abel-Samid says that the things are not going to be as bright for Nikola as before because they're now in a space where a lot of established truck companies are. They're trying to get started up, trying to get the production capacity going, but there's a lot of very tough competition out there. It's not going to be easy. Back to you.
So, Rod, is GM still involved with Nikola?
To a point. They pulled way back from there. They thought they were going to have a piece of the company, then they decided not to do that. And as it stands right now, all General Motors is doing is providing hydrogen engines for those trucks that Sam was talking about.
Incredible story. Okay, Rod, thanks.
Amazing. An Ann Arbor man is facing charges after prosecutors say he lured underage girls on the social media app TikTok. 23-year-old Alex Stubbs accused of engaging in graphic communication with a minor. Prosecutors believe Stubbs would give his victims marijuana, then convince them to engage in sex acts. Sheriff's deputies say it took a total of 2 weeks to take him down.
One of our undercover officers made contact with the subject and on Snapchat, social media, posing as a 15-year-old. And there's so many children on these sites, especially with school being out. They're on the communication devices all the time.
Stubbs due back in court next month.
State police are investigating after a 5-week-old girl was kidnapped and then recovered. The girl's biological father, who has no parental rights, came into the child's mother's home in Richmond Township and kidnapped the girl. The man then drove away with the girl in the mother's car. Later, the child was located in a car seat on a sidewalk in Madison Heights. The man was located in Troy and arrested. The girl has been reunited with her mother. The Macomb County Prosecutor's Office will determine if the father will face charges.
Sheriff's deputies need your help in finding the assailant in a gas station attack. Happened on July 23rd. Mount Clemens. Surveillance video shows the man standing behind the victim at the counter. Police say the victim told the man to back up as he was standing too close to him And that's when, as you see in the video, the man punched the victim in the face. Now, luckily, he only suffered minor injuries. The suspect in the case was last seen driving away in a silver car.
Well, the day started off with some dramatic rain and wind for some folks, but things have really calmed down outside.
Just a few sprinkles here and there right now, Ben.
Yeah, they're going to be fading, but you're right. There are a couple out there on Storm Tracker 4, and those for the most part are in the north zone, and those are the places that still need rain. Obviously, this isn't going to do a whole lot. You can tell from the radar, pretty light stuff, and it will fade as we get closer to sunset, but we'll pick up a very quick downpour in a couple spots. Otherwise, temperatures sliding into the 60s by tomorrow morning, and we're not anticipating seeing any activity as far as rain goes. However, the weekend does look a lot different than what we've been used to. Remember, 84 was our normal high temperature. Our normal is now down to 83. We'll barely get to 80 on Saturday. That's going to be the drier of the 2 days. Will be some showers around on Sunday with that high temperature of 78. So coming up, we'll take a look at timing and see how much of that Sunday we can salvage as dry. Local Forecasters app is where you can get the entire 10-day forecast, including the weekend. And as always, it is available for free in your favorite app store by searching WDIV. Guys?
Hey, Ben, thank you. Turning now to the coronavirus, as President Biden announces new steps to get more Americans vaccinated against coronavirus. The president is calling on states and local governments to offer a $100 incentive to try to increase vaccination rates. Also, federal workers will now be required to get vaccinated, or they must submit to regular COVID-19 testing. The new measures announced by the president come amid a rise in virus hospitalizations and deaths across the nation. Well, some of the Detroit Lions can now be counted among the most recently vaccinated Americans.
As the NFL upped the penalties for outbreaks in the league, it appears to be prompting more players to get the shot, and that includes two prominent Lions. Jason Colthorpe here following that part of the story. Jason.
Yeah, as a team, the Lions are up to an 80% vaccination rate, according to head coach Dan Campbell, and he expects that number to go up.
More and more NFL players and coaches are getting vaccinated following the league's announcement that any outbreaks among non-vaccinated players will cost a team a forfeit and result in no game checks that week for both teams involved.
This is how the league works. You know, they're trying to make a big push, for the health and safety of their fans, players, organizations.
Lions offensive lineman Taylor Decker had said he was not getting vaccinated.
I did get vaccinated, and that's all I'll say on that topic.
He didn't want to elaborate on his change of heart, but clearly the new rules played a role.
I just want to leave it at that because it's so polarizing. So I just want to leave it at that. I did, and that's that.
As for second-year running back DeAndre Swift, it was the cumbersome safety protocols for the unvaccinated, like daily testing, that changed his mind.
I don't live close to Philly, so having to come in every day and off days and not coming in to get tested just to go back home, and I feel like vaccination would have been more beneficial for me.
And if there are holdouts among players, it's likely that they'll be the big names in the league, because as one former NFL GM said today, if you're a marginal player trying to make the team and you're not vaccinated, you're going to be an automatic cut because it's just too much of a risk for the team to keep you. Guys?
Really interesting point. Yeah, all right, Jason. Suni Lee's gold medal makes her the all-around best gymnast of these games. For thousands of Metro Detroiters, it's something more special than that. She's the first Hmong American to be on a U.S. Olympic team and the first to bring home a medal. That's batting 1,000. Grant Herms joins us now with more, and he spoke with a leader in Michigan's Hmong community today. Grant.
Hey, Devin. You know, Michigan is home to about 6,000 Hmong Americans, and Lee's big victory is really creating a lot of buzz in their communities, and they're hoping that it'll spread some curiosity about a heritage where a lot is often little known. The story of Suni Lee is no doubt inspiring, becoming the first American on an Olympic team with Hmong heritage, the East Asian ethnic minority that was forced to flee China and Laos after being recruited by the U.S. during the Vietnam War. Refugees forced to leave, afraid for their lives. Many Hmong refugees eventually coming to the U.S., and many coming to the upper Midwest and Metro Detroit, like the family of Mai Zhang, Michigan's first elected Hmong American. A commissioner in Macomb County, she also owns a clothing store in Warren, where many Hmong descendants now live.
To see Suni win, a gold medal and be the first Hmong American in the Olympics and to win a gold medal. I mean, that's a really big deal for our community.
Images of Lee standing on the podium, her family celebrating. Hmong families across Metro Detroit celebrating right alongside.
I have young girls, and I know now that they can have someone to look up to, someone that looks like them.
Something she says she didn't have when she was a little girl herself.
When you watch TV or you see someone on screen, they don't look like you, and then you almost think that, you know, you don't belong.
Inside Zhang's store are handmade patterns modeled after the same ones used by her family to tell stories for centuries. Each repeated symbol representing something specific. And now in Sunisa Lee, a modern-day symbol they share with all Americans.
Her symbol would be a star, because, you know, that is what she is. She's our star.
Zhang says that she and her kids have been watching video clips online of Lee all day long, as many as that they could find. She said she's always proud to be an American Hmong, but today it means something just a little bit more special. Back to you.
No doubt. It was thrilling. All right, Grant, let's talk about what you can expect on Local 4 tonight with some changes due to the Olympics. 7 p.m. is start time for Jeopardy for these 2 weeks, followed by the Olympic Zone at 7:30. At 8 o'clock, primetime coverage begins the Tokyo Games. And then I hope you'll join us tonight, 11:30, our start time for Local 4 News after Suni Lee's big night.
Great. All right, still ahead here at 6, why you may soon be able to sit down at a Detroit sports bar, order a drink, and place a bet.
Also, doctors from one local health system speaking openly about the misinformation being spread about the COVID vaccine.